What is going on, Warriors? It is your boy Shin Ryu, and it is time for another Street Fighter Duel video. Today is going to be another one of our by popular demands, and pretty much here, if you guys have some special requests as to what I want to do, or when I have the time to do it, I would probably do it. And if it's something that's kind of tough for me to do, I'll definitely mention it as well. But this was kind of like one that kind of like was a very decent request from my boy Corey Green here. Shout out to him. Uh, and he wanted to know how I kind of went past the Path of the Achievers, by which I haven't completed yet. I still have about 4 more to go through, but not because I haven't done it yet. I've been focused on the most difficult ones for some reason. My Wind faction, I have been struggling with them because I've not been using Bizangi. I'm trying to use a different squad to kind of complete it. This is the squad I was kind of working with here, and for some reason, it's been tough for me to kind of bypass this entire squad. But today is not about this video. I might try that again after I succeed with this, but it's about this particular one here where we have to go up against um as you can see, um Rich E Hunter and a Combat Gal, um Viper, it's not Crimson Viper. What version of Viper is this? Chief Viper, and of course, Ninja Ibuki. So, this is obviously not the squad I use. What I typically do when I start Path of Achiever is this: I typically clear them in batches. The first one I kind of use my best squad, and with the best squad I kind of clear from the first to the last, and I typically either unlock one or two chests. Okay, when I go across the board, so I'm going to use my favorite squad right now. I believe I have that benchmarked ready. I'm just going to deploy them right here. Okay, so this is my team right now, and when I actually completed the Path of Achievers, my Oni was still double S plus. So if you have a double S Oni or even single S Oni, this wasn't he wasn't like a deal breaker. Obviously, it's going to make the stage easier now. And I also used my A plus, trendy Akuma, right? So this is pretty much the squad, but primarily dominated with Eva Ryu and Gokin. And I believe the aim of the game is to try and brush through the team as high as possible. Obviously, you have to also watch out for what level highlights here when you are actually playing this mode. I'm not sure if it is even across the board, if they kind of even it up to a decent level, or it's going to be based on where you currently are. I think it's typically where you currently are. As you can see here, if I go to the limit break, all right, it shows currently I have my group up to 379 right now, so it's definitely going to be matching that as well. So you also want to look at that. I was up to 379 as the time I cleared it. I've not really had issues when it comes to the Master Inferno, this particular last level where you have to do with Master Inferno, because obviously that has always been my primary investment in terms of like not putting too much on the other cards and letting the other card just kind of grow along the way. But we're going to get into it right now and try and get this started real quick here. Okay, so it's pretty simple. This is, as you can see over here, this is kind of like the way I kind of go across the board. I like to use training Akuma because I like that extra boost of speed, and while it's idle, I like to let regular Akuma do some fireballs in there, right? So we're going to go right ahead and we're going to start this stuff real quick here. And here we go. So typically the way I start, I go Mad Ryu, I go this, and I don't waste time. I just kind of brush through everything real quick, because all I want to do is want to take out Akuma, reaching Hunter before he gets anything. And you can see, easy money. Did not take me, how many seconds did I spend on this? 14 seconds. So that's typically how I do it. And you can see over here, what this does for me is that I fulfill the criteria of win the battle. I fulfill the criteria of no attack or okay, you actually have to do no attack or assassin fighters in the team. So this is the first level here. The first level obviously is the primary squad, okay, which is why I used to clear it. So that's what we're going to do is obviously going to do the case of just strictly Master Inferno or Legendary. That's quite simple. I just have to just swap these guys around. I don't care about the assist because it doesn't really matter for me. For me, it's all about Ivry and doing the damage. You just need to have a major damage dealer that damages from the front, not from the rear, because a lot of people probably depend on C Viper, they want to start attack from the back. You want to clean out the front attacker, and that's what's going to get you ahead. Okay, so now I'm just, if you guys want to kind of put like somebody else to support here, that's fine, but I'm not going to do that. And like I said before, it depends on whatever team you're using right now. I'm going to try and use a different squad as well, depending on if I'm sure a lot of you either have Ivry or Akuma as someone that you sort of been working on as your damage dealer. I use Ivoriu. So we're going to go right ahead and we're going to start again. And once again, real quick, start Ivoriu. All right. I'm going Goken. Go with Akuma this time around. He goes beyond. And I want to make sure I can dish out the Shuriken as quickly as possible before he starts. And use, there you go. So, second team lineup done. And we've pretty much gotten rid of this, right? So now we have third criteria. It says no attack, have no attack or assassin fighters in the team. All right. So obviously, when you say no attack or assassin fighters, no attack or assassins, obviously trying to make sure that you are not with your strong damage dealers. First thing is I want to make sure that it is the set, including assist position, so they can be there anyways. So you got to remove all the attack fighters. All right. And assassins, and that's going to include all these guys here. Okay. Next, we're going to do is you need to be smart with choices here. This is one of your best non-attack or assassin fighter you're going to put in your lineup. Everyone has him. I'm pretty sure you do, unless you're still at an early stage. If you don't have him yet, then obviously there are different people to use. I typically use him. Very easy option. The next person I'm going to use is I'm going to look for decent. So what I do is obviously let's just try and put them in the criteria first of all. Let's look at the tanks. Okay, so in our tanks right now we have him. Let's see, is there anyone else that I actually want to use in this squad? I think I'm pretty good here. All right, I think I actually even put. Did I put him as well? I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember what squad I used then. But apart from that, let's look at for our support. Okay, for support, let's see. I use him because of the flame damage. All right. And what else? Who would I? Okay, maybe I'll use Rose as well as someone else that I kind of use in the team. And then we need to look for somebody else that I can also support as well. And let's look at the balanced squad. Okay, yeah, then definitely going to use him. Probably put him for him. I'm wondering if I actually use Sagat instead of Richie Hunter. Of course, you have Blanca as well. All of that, whatever. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right ahead and I think I'm going to take out Richie Hunter and I'm going to put Sagat. I don't know why I feel like I use Sagat. I'm going to put Sagat there and let's look at what the squad combination is right now. We have this combination right here, but I don't like this combination. I want to switch it up. I like to use this to let me know what my strategy is going to be ahead of the game. So I'm going to do this instead. Use him and then we're going to use her. All right, so this is going to be the strategy. The key thing is you want to go as quickly as possible. Okay, you don't want to take any time. And so we're going to go right ahead. We're going to start again and we're going to go with our boosts with and then we're going to go all right, I'm going to go him and then we're going to go. Okay, we're going to right ahead and just use one of our special here and we're going to wait for the next round again. All right, come on, let's go. Like I said, the strategy is to go as quickly as possible. You don't want to waste too much time, and then you can maybe charge some damage. And now we have more. All right, we're going to put. Oh, we shouldn't have done that. That's going to help Honda with his attack. Yeah, that was actually a mistake there. But let's see if we can still do some more damage. We only have a few characters left. I don't even remember going through this challenge. It's actually funny. I feel like I beat it in the first try. All right, but there it is. The first time this is the first time I'm actually facing this difficulty, but for some reason, because I can't remember what squad I used, but the squad I used when I did it the first time, it was kind of like immediate, and unfortunately we can't actually see previous history when it comes to this. It's just what I've used right now. But as you can see here, we're still able to get the win, regardless of the team that was selected. So if you guys are struggling with the final level, because this seems like the more difficult level here, because using Master Inferno character should be easy to defeat him. But if you guys are like on the final level here, then that's probably what it is. But I want to try something else again. I'm actually curious to see what team I used. Maybe I actually used E-Hunter. Maybe that's what I used here, Richie Hunter. And my Richie Hunter is still very basic, and I don't even have that much, gear on him. But let's see how this works out. I'm going to try this team here, and let's make a plan already. So this is probably where I'm going to go. This is where I'm going to go. Okay. All right. So let's try this, and let's see how this works out. Maybe this was the team I used. So we're going to wait. We get that Bizan gift to get you that boost. So we'll go right. Oh, I used the wrong stuff, but it doesn't matter. I don't think the arrangement matters more. So we're gonna hopefully go use your boost. Go again. Yeah. Why am I using beast and give this time around? I'm getting the arrangement wrong. Just hold on. I want to just go back because I'm getting the arrangement wrong. So back, major interruption there. I had to sort of like go ahead and take a look at my son for a bit. And now that I've gotten that out of the way, we're going to go right ahead and try again, like I mentioned before. We want to see actually what we did. I understand pretty much the actual aim is to make sure we can actually at least rush reach E100 as quickly as possible, because once you take him out, then it typically becomes more straightforward. And that pretty much depends on how well all the moves connect. So I'm going to go right again. I'm going to try using Blanca first of all. And we're going to use and then we're going to try using reach 100 this time around, and let's see how this works out. Okay, and then once I do that, I'm going to go right ahead and just use this one here, so like add some extra whatever. So that didn't actually work out first time around. Now typically whenever it does work out first time around and I get that boost, it typically is a bit of a tricky move for us, but we're going to keep on trying. I should actually use that boost there in first instance, but I didn't use it. So we're already losing characters right now. And I think this one's going to be a field mission, so I'm going to go right ahead and just restart it again, okay? So let's just go right ahead and let's start. And this time around, I kind of put reaching out in the mix. I didn't use them from the start. I'm going to use them from the start and then use the rest of the cards to finish things up. So I'm going to use it to just kind of like soften their armor. All right, let's go here, go him, and then go him. And hopefully this kind of like just add some down chain real quick here. We have some increased damage. I'm going to go right ahead and try and quickly use Blanca. I need Blanca to unleash his flame before Regina gets that, you know, autumn. I think I was kind of slow there. I really wanted Richie Hunter to not get that boost, because even he alone can cause a problem. I'm going to go and I'm going to try and see if we can actually just get some advantage there. But unfortunately, we're already kind of like losing the battle here. I'm not going to use the armor because the armor kind of plays his advantage. Alright, that's all. Come on, Gokin. Come on, Gokin. Just a few more punches. Here we go. So, my trouble here is that I'm finding that it's a little bit more difficult than I actually anticipated. I think it was easier with Sagat. I'm going to go back to using Sagat again. I don't think Richie Hunter is helping me at this early stage right now. I don't think I used him, if that's what that means. Okay, so once again, we're going to try and make sure that we're looking at just specific characters that are either tanks. I don't know. I feel like because I'm facing Richie Hunter, I'm not going to be encouraged to use someone like, Abel. But I'm trying to see, would there be anybody else that would sort of use out of this up to the Rich Hunter, who is the last in the line of the 379s? I don't think so. So let's go over to support again. Let me try this one here. Maybe this boost, maybe it was her I used. All right, let's go right here. Let's try to use her, okay? Because I'm sure eventually we're going to end up with just Richie Hunter. But I'm pretty sure I went pretty fast. I'm going to use this real quick here. And absolutely, we're definitely going to have to use her move. And then we use the Hunter. And then we're going to use that. I'm going to use this to just kind of like reduce their health as quickly as possible. But what I'm actually thinking is maybe I actually did not use Gokin at all in the first round, because here we go again. I'm going to use that with the boost. Use this. Use Rich Fashion Blanket this time around, and then hopefully the fire keeps on burning every one of them. And we kind of lost Fashion Blanket this time around, unfortunately. And now I'm just kind of shuffling moves, and I kind of have lost the plot. So it really is a tough battle, but I think it's more or less a case of sort of like continuing to push. But with the team that I used, like I said before, you should be able to succeed. And I think this is a team that everyone kind of has. Maybe Rose is one exception. But I think what you want to do is, in the first instance, you want to make sure that you are absorbing everything. There we go. I think this is what I did. Yeah. So as soon as, he's still alive. Wow. Come on. There we go. I think we took him out this time. Yeah, we took him out this time. And we should be able to take care of the rest of business. And the rest is just be straightforward. Breaching under. So What you need is you need something that would also attack his Richie Hunter and take out the little amount of whatever that is left when you actually go right ahead and start attacking him. So we're going to go right ahead and try one more time again, but we're going to try and exclude Rose, because Rose is someone that is actually kind of difficult to actually have. All right, a lot of people will more likely focus on the likes of Sagat and other people, but if we're to go on guys who are not like readily available. So let's go to the tanks right now and look at guys who are readily available on the tanks. Abel is one person right here. I don't think Rose was influential at the early stages, so I'm not sure if it's it's something that we need to skip the assassins. But what I'm going to try is I'm going to try someone like, say, let's try a Fuerte, for example. I have not to expect. I look at it, I'm not even adding in gears at all. Because you guys obviously have the chance to gear them up and make them maxed out. But I'm not working with gears right now. I'm just trying to work with the basic, lineup that I have. Let's go ahead and close this. I'm trying to show you my Viper. So she's just basic, nothing too fancy with regards to her as well. The only person that's kind of kitted up, and the only person that maybe might be a challenge for you guys to have would be someone like Goken. But the real challenge game is not actually surviving as long as possible. It's actually taking them out as quickly as possible, which means you're not going to need Goken in that regard there. So we're going to go, let's try to say, okay, you know what? Unfortunately, not up to scratch, but we can actually complete the combo lineup there. So we're going to look for somebody else. I'm going to go right back with Sagat. My Sagat is not strong enough. I'm sure a lot of people have Sagat, or whoever you've been focusing on. Just have that extra person there. All right. Honestly, the main person that you're focusing on is using your Fashion Blanca to, exert as much damage as possible. That's where the real key thing is. And then, of course, you use your EX move to sort of finish things off. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go right ahead and start, and we're going to be using our Akuma EX move to support. I'm going to do that right now. Okay. Make sure you're using your AoEs as much as you can. So that's the first instance right now. And once it's there, the fire is burning, but you want to make sure you can absorb every last bit of the health as possible before they have the chance to improve. And you can see now the only place that is getting health is, Ninja Ibuki. At that point in time, we're already solid. We're already good to go. We're not scared of nothing. We don't even need to pull any EX moves or any regular specials, but we're going to do that anyways. So this is pretty much everything right here. We've gone a little bit here. We've showcased different teams. The key thing is 3 aspects of the game, okay? The first aspect is trying to make sure that you have Fashion Blanca. He's the MVP of this particular lineup here, where you have no attack or assassin save. I'm guessing Corey meant this 3rd level here. If it's the entire level, if you have master inferno characters, you saw the guys I use. Those guys are easy breezy. Those guys don't waste time. And show that those guys are easy. We're going to go right ahead and finish it up with my main squad again. All right. Everybody, if you've been playing it for at least for the past 2 months, you definitely have this Akuma here. All it does is give me some speed and a boost. My Oni, when I used him once again, I'm going to retreat this. He was not triple S, it was just SS. A lot of people, if you had to pick one of the characters to sort of boost, you probably picked Oni. If Ryu, if you have him, awesome, great. Otherwise, maybe you have a lot of damage dealers out there when it comes to, like a regular lineup. But this is kind of the lineup I'm working with, and this kind of lineup I like. So we're going to go right here again and show you how easy it is with my lineup. Hopefully they don't disappoint me, okay? Because if Ryu doesn't mess around, I'm going to go right here real quick. Go here, get that boost, and then get that finish in. Clear E-Hunter real quick, get him out of the way. Get some extra to clear whoever is still alive. Boom. Game over, set, match. Did I break a record? Did I break my previous record that I showcased on screen? I took it 14 seconds before. Yeah, 13 seconds right there. Number 13 on the dot. Not supposed to be bad luck, but hey, just getting the stuff out there. Otherwise, that's been it with me, or with regards to by popular demand. If you guys have any videos that you guys want me to work on as well, this would be the best way to get it. I know I have a commitment to help someone on Discord. It's really been quite busy, and it's a lot more difficult if it comes to working with other people's teams, but I'm definitely going to try and put a response out there in case you're watching this and you haven't gotten your response yet. Otherwise, it's been your boy Shin with you. Make sure you like, subscribe. If you guys have more questions that something I can help with, I will definitely be genuine. I'll let you know when I can help. As you guys know, once in a while, it's not a record breaker when it comes to challenges like being up there, in the, let's look at, for example, we go to the guild. I want about all these guild crusades where they're kind of breaking records and stuff like that. My squad isn't built for this yet. Right now, I'm trying to build a squad that can eventually sort of like hopefully compete and have the at least a base team of 8 lineups that I know that are important. But because I'm free to play, I'm going to be missing out on certain characters like the likes of Flame Chun-Li, and I don't really like to loan her. Whenever I loan characters, players, it's for players that I actually want to see if they're worth developing because I want to use them and freestyle on them. But I want to actually try this week some of this boss rush and other kind of stuff. So let's see if we actually have some of these, popular players to loan. I'm going to go right ahead and let's see right here. I think we need to go back. All right, let's go to mercenary. Okay, we got some requests. I'm going to go right ahead and just grant that real quick. So it's not like too many people on one character. So we have a lot of people who really want her. Diaz is only one person, so I'm going to try and compete. Okay, I do have options. So maybe I should just let whoever is request from Diaz actually try and get him. But I'm going to try and just request from Templar Plonk. And let's see. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to stick with Templar Punk. Hopefully he gets my request in time and he grants it to me on time. I just want to see, because she's definitely really, really important. The other person that I feel like I also need as well that I'm trying to actually work on right now is I'm working to somebody else I'm working on here. Oh, let's see here. I like her assist, so I'm going to request for her again. That 20, if there's one person left, she's a good person, 20% damage, really cool. So I'm going to actually request from Diaz and also from Spud. Whoever grants me first, I will be turning down the other person, but of course, still appreciate it regardless. But that's pretty much it for me, guys. I've actually spent a lot with the video today. Let me know if you have questions. And Corey, especially to you who actually requested this video, thank you for this request. Also, let me know if you have any additional questions or anything more specific in the comments down below. I'm more than happy to answer and give you further recommendations as best as I can. Otherwise, sign out here, subscribe, like, turn the notification bell if you haven't already. Now I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm uploading my King Arthur video as well, so if you guys are already trying the game out, it would be good view as well. If you haven't tried it out yet, take a look at it. It's an awesome game to actually add to your collection as well if you don't have it already. Otherwise, this is just going to be the only promotion I'm going to be doing on this particular video right now. I like to separate them side by side. Otherwise, be your boy Shin Ryu. Catch you guys in the next one. Cheers, guys.